Hello and welcome to ABW Live, the place you come for all your Arsenal information and a little tickle if you've been good. Me and John are here. We've got beards. He may have hair. I have no hair, but he has a hat, so we don't know what's going on underneath that hat. Oh, we're never going to find out, are we, John? You're right.
I'm good. I guess in the end, right? We got there.
I asked him what the temperature was, and he knows it's 10 degrees here, and he just smiled and said, I think he thought I'm saying nothing because he knows I'm going to get angry when he says it's a million degrees there because I hate the cold. If you've got any outbuildings, I can come and live there as long as there's no alligators.
No promises. There's plenty that we have. It's like, I don't know, like in terms of like the ecology here, I feel like we're living in the Jurassic. They got all sorts of lizards and insects and reptiles running around here.
I watch a few people on Twitch doing IRL walking around Miami. Oh, that's a fun place. Brian just spent 6 months there because his mum lives there, and there's lots of crazy people. But it's never a dull moment, is what he was saying.
If you're on Instagram, you should. There's this page called Only in Dade. With Miami Dade County is Miami is like the county of Miami. So
home of Dexter.
Yeah, so it's basically people posting things that they've seen around Miami, and it's usually like a truck upside down on fire somewhere, or like an alligator in the middle of the highway, or just crazy stuff. So if you go follow them, I don't support them or anything. It's just if you want to see how absolutely ridiculous it is in Miami, Only in Dade on Instagram.
Lovely. Right, we should say hello to some people first. In the box was Stephen Edwards, and then there was Ken. Then after Ken, there was Dark Clown. These are all new names. That's brilliant. We've got J-Rob, the man who's giving us plenty of money every month, you cheeky monkey. Then we've got Junior Gunner. We've got And 6523213894. There's Zoidberg. He's always there. The K-Man. Richard Morris. Who else has popped in to say hello? Oh, if I missed one, I'll feel bad. Daryl Morris is there. Daniel Kupka agreeing we are all mushrooms, and if you want to become a mushroom, you go down, you click join, and then you can stick, I think it's 99p down my pants every month, and for that you'll get bugger all, apart from knowing that I've got money jingling around in my pants. I'm going to stop that because that's going absolutely nowhere. Who else have we got in here? There's Grumpy Gooner. Peter Tomlin, that's a new name. Thunder's here. I think he said he's born in October like I am, a Libra.
Me as well.
Yeah, you as well?
Mm-hmm.
What number?
29.
It's only got a week to go. Mine was the 10th.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Oh, God, it was terrible. I snapped a tooth and had chips for my birthday, and Chan couldn't come back because all of her mates have got the roid. We've got someone on Facebook, Julian Salmon. I haven't even put out the link for Facebook yet, Julian. So you're there. Bill Butler, another one of the ones who stuffs money down my pants at an alarming rate. Phil Macker, Rudy Rastos, Colo's Used Cars, Luke Howard, Jimmy, you're all here tonight. Bloody hell. Would you? Oh, here we go. Another one who's been stuffing money down my pants. Yemi. Cheers, Yemi. Right. I'm running out of people to say hello to, so I'm just going to get on with it. Oh, here we go. Just in case 01. Where's the pirate? I feel lonely on Twitch. Oh, here we go. It's only the Jeff from Canada, the most delicious of all men with a magnificent beard. My son is on the 16th. We're not going to say his son's name just in case, but he's growing up quick, Jeff. He's growing up quick. Oh, here we go. Junior Gunners put a question in straight away. No mucking around. Danny, we aren't going to finish top four the way we attacking spells. We're limp up top, and granted, and Arteta, granted, has made us solid, but he hasn't got the best out of any of our forward players. That's more of a statement than a question.
True.
Right. You don't put any questions in yet. We're not even started properly yet. John, do a quick summary of the game, and then we'll go over some of the points I've made through the game. How do you feel about it all?
Well, I think we started off pretty bad, and there was a lot of other moments that were bad. I know that's not the most in-depth analysis, but I think Leno struggled a lot, which was a little concerning. I don't know exactly what was happening there, but there were some very scary passes. I thought El Neni was extremely positive. I thought Partey was positive, but I would like to see him get involved in the game a little bit more. Maybe that's just a product of him just his first start for the team. So obviously there's nothing really to worry about there. And I thought when you look at players like Gabriel, who I thought was amazing, and El Neni I mentioned before, but just the pass that he had to Bellerin was absolutely fantastic. So we went down, which was annoying, and I think that Leno's going to have a lot to ask himself about a couple of decisions he made, including that one that led to the goal. But as well, I think that we really kind of experimented. I think Arteta was experimenting with this. I don't know what it was. It was kind of hard to tell what the thing was. So yeah, that's all I got. We won at the end.
Yeah, Gabriel looks like he's been playing for us for years, not for 3 or 4 games so far. And I was waiting for the backlash for Partey with people moaning about him, but Partey doesn't really have much of a job to do. He's just going to come in there, he's going to keep things all going and pass things around. So I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to expect Partey to come in there and score a hat-trick and get 3 or 4 assists in his very first game. I think it's all very, like the saying goes, slowly, catchy monkey. Have you gone?
Nope, I'm here. I've been kicked out of the room though.
Do you want me to just keep talking while you go and do stuff?
Nope, no, I'm here.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, so were you expecting a bit of a backlash from people not understanding what Partey's role at the club was going to be?
I think I was expecting a little bit of issues that people had if he didn't just hit the ground running. And I think that, if we were looking for someone that's just going to be tearing everything up right off the bat, I don't think that was going to happen necessarily, especially not in a Europa League game. Maybe in a system where we're having a lot more of our first team players. I think, like when you look at like Tierney and Bellerin and how much the side changed when they came on, especially Bellerin, I thought at the end of the day, you can't really fault the way that he was playing or the way that Arteta played him right now. There was a lot of experimentation, I feel, in terms of the structure and of the game plan going forward. So no, I don't really blame people because, this is such an exciting signing. But at the same time, I also caution them to be a little bit wary and modest about what exactly they expect from him right off the bat.
Yeah, that is going to take a while. Plus, with all the other players around him. Plus, there's a hell of a lot of changes from tonight. Who was there changes? There was El Nenny's come in and Suarez coming in. For the beginning of the game, did you take a little while to figure out who was playing in what position? Because at first I thought, it looks like a back four with Suarez at right back. And then I thought, no, he's playing on the right side of midfield. And then, no, he's playing right wing and Emery. El Nenny is playing on the right side of midfield. But how long did it take you to figure out the formation, or is it just me because I'd only been awake for 12 minutes?
No, I actually, if you asked me right now, I couldn't tell you what our formation was exactly. And I kind of alluded to it earlier. I don't really know what we were doing. And in terms of formation, at least. But maybe that was by design. Maybe that just because it was not really the first team. So really sure. It was definitely a weird situation going on. It looked almost like a 4-4-2 in the beginning, and then it kind of shifted to a 3-4-3. And then once Bellerin came on, it was a little bit more, I don't know, what we're used to seeing, but it was definitely interesting. By the way, I'm in the closet now. I could turn my I could turn my camera on, but I've been shunned to the closet, so I'm going to do that.
Oh, there you go. Have you got any dead stock trainers there that could be worth an absolute fortune you didn't know about?
I got this jacket. This jacket's sweet.
I have found an old Arsenal jacket from 1994 and put it on eBay for 250 quid.
Wow.
I'll be happy with half of that. But there's old Arsenal clothing, not T-shirts, not some kits, are worth an absolute bloody fortune. The one that I can't find was sold for 140 quid, and I've got one from the mid 80s that my mate borrowed. That is about 300 or 400 quid if I can find it, if he can find it.
I have an original of the bruised banana. It doesn't fit me anymore because I like beer and pizza too much. But it's not in like the greatest condition, but it is an original bruised banana, which I don't know if they flooded the market with it and demand has gone down. But those older kits can go for a good amount.
Oh, yeah, I know. Gav, mate of ours, was doing lots. Had a website for doing it all. Right, I've got Ryan Hobbs here. He says, good first win. The ref was shocking, though. Yeah, the referee, what do you think about him? Is like our Chris put on Twitter. Hello, I'm the ref. Look at me, everybody, look at me. And he probably had a picture of Paul Durkin up on his bedroom wall as a kid. He was terrible, wasn't he?
He was awful. I even tweeted out, too. We had in the first half, we had more whistles than chances on both sides. So... it's sad when the ref takes center stage. I think that if you are seeing the ref stop play more than actual plays that can progress the ball towards goal, that the ref's not doing their job. That's not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to officiate. They're not supposed to become the center of attention. And I think that a lot of times refs, I'm not going to say, I don't know who this guy is, so I'm sure maybe someone else might know a little bit better than I do, but he definitely was in the center of attention, whether he meant to or not. And if you're doing that, you're not doing what you're supposed to as a ref. You're not supposed. It's not supposed to be about you. And I feel like the game was a lot of the time about the ref, especially in the first half. So that's not good. You never want to see that. You know, it's breaking up attacks, it's breaking up plays. Like, even if there's a little bit of a foul, you really need to be able to stem the gamut and not be afraid to, like, maybe let a foul go that isn't necessary, that you might normally call or something, just to stop breaking up the play. If you see there's an advantage, I mean, I don't see it was once there was the foul, he stopped the play. He didn't wait to see if there was an advantage. He didn't wait to see any of that stuff, which is kind of normal practice for a ref. But you know, to be fair, you can't really blame the ref for our performance in the first half. I thought we were fairly poor, even without the ref blowing his whistle every 10 seconds. But to answer your question, yeah, the ref was concerning.
There was a point in the second half where he'd already booked Lacazette, and then it looked like he was going to book somebody else. And I thought, is that Lacazette going to get a second yellow for nothing? And I think that was when Eddie had kicked the ball away when play had stopped. Yeah, and as he was standing next to Lacazette, I thought, he's going to give him a second yellow card for absolutely nothing. That's the kind of referee that he was, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. And like I said, I hate games like that. I hate when refs take center stage like that. It's not about you. You're just supposed to be there. You should be if you're doing your job right, you're functionally invisible. And
okay. Yeah. All right. Quick look at the lineups. Any surprises there? We got Cedric playing right wing back, as we figured out after about 45 minutes. Elneny partnering Partey in midfield and playing a front three with no Maitland-Niles, which I think Cedric playing right back, right wing back, and Maitland-Niles for me were the two biggest things that I was quite surprised by. What does Maitland-Niles have to do to get a game?
I don't know, and it was interesting because, you know, he was the one that was giving the presser about, you know, his opportunity that Arteta gave him and the trust that Arteta has in him. I'm not exactly sure what he has to do to get a game. Maybe we're saving him for Sunday. That's my best guess. But you know, my guess is as good as yours. In terms of the lineup itself, I thought it was interesting that Partey started. I'm happy he did, but it was definitely an aggressive move on Arteta's part. Seeing Gabriel start with Luiz, I thought was aggressive as well from a defensive point of view. Maybe he kind of knew that this was going to be a game like this, and you know, hopefully they didn't go in underestimating these opponents. I know that Europa League, a lot of the fans at least tend to underestimate some of these sides, but you could see from a defensive point of view on their side, it was pretty solid, and they did have some good chances. So it was an interesting lineup. Again, I'm with you. I don't know exactly what he was doing in terms of a structure. Good evening as well, Russ. In terms of a structure, but look, at the end of the day, you get the 3 points, and that's what we did. And it was away from home where there was actually fans. I can't remember the last time Arsenal played a game where there were away fans. So that was probably interesting for the players as well.
I was so unexpecting of the fans. I thought, I can hear the fans. Maybe they've got the volume up down too low, because I'm sure they're meant to have it louder on BT Sports. So I went, oh, it's actual fans in the ground. And I think there was, what, did you say 3,000 there?
Oh, I don't know. There was a good amount. There was enough, more than we've seen, you know, in any Premier League match or anything like that. So that was kind of good. I enjoyed that. It was almost a semblance of the before times, you know. And it was good to see. Hopefully they can do it safely in the Premier League, because I think that's one thing that's been missing from the game. Obviously it's been missing, and it'd be nice if that could be happening more, but have to be safe about it, obviously.
A little bit of talk in the chat box. And says, did we miss Xhaka tonight, anyone? And Julian Salmon says, not really Xhaka. We missed Danny more. How would, looking at the performance that Elneny put in, I like to refer to Elneny, you know, when you're growing up, if you're an ugly bloke or an ugly bird, you tend to try a little bit hard when you're out on the pool, don't you? So Elneny has to try hard, because he's not the greatest footballer, but every game he gives it his all. So with someone, Anne saying Xhaka and Julian saying Danny, where would those two have fitted in if we would have played Elneny and Partey? I don't think you could. I don't think that's the future of our midfield. I think it's going to be two the whole time while we're playing three at the back.
Well, three at the back, I think it'll be two. But that being said, in the first half especially, I did not think that Partey exerted much influence in the game. I'll say that. I think that he grew into it a little in the second half, but in the first, I couldn't help but thinking that Xhaka would have absolutely influenced the game a lot more, at least from a tempo perspective, which is kind of a weird thing to say about Xhaka. But you know, as he's been under Arteta, he's been absolutely key in being that pivot from from defense into attack. And then you noticed that because Xhaka was not in there anymore, we saw Gabriel almost in their final third more than a lot of the midfield players. So Gabriel was bombing forward with the ball because we lack that ability to create from deep, which is what Xhaka brings to the team. So if you notice, in the beginning, there was about 2 or 3 players just kind of pivot, like circling around Partey to kind of keep him, almost at bay, maybe. I don't know what tactics they did, but it's just what it looked like to me. And there was not a lot of movement through the middle of the pitch. It looked like we were just trying to get the ball to the wings. And that could be a reason why we didn't see a lot from Partey in the beginning of the game, and why I think that maybe in the first 45 minutes, Xhaka, that could have just been the game plan, is to get it out to the wings and not really worry about the midfield, in which case it went according to plan. But I just couldn't help thinking when Xhaka's been playing under Arteta, he's been touching the ball a lot more, he's been able to influence a lot more, and Ceballos absolutely as well. In the same mold. He's a very, very technical player. So, and he's all over the place. But El Neni, man, that guy was all over the place today. I think between El Neni and Gabriel, those were my 2 men of the match. And like I said, I already mentioned that ball to Bellerin. And this notion that El Neni only passes sideways and backwards is completely false. All right. He, a lot of his passes are safe. And like you said, he's not like the greatest player in the world, but maybe you're right. He just tries harder than other players because he has to kind of overcompensate for maybe a lack in technical quality. Even though I think that lack in technical quality is overstated when it comes to El Neni. But look, obviously we have a new player in Partey. It's going to take some time to kind of sort out exactly what we want to do in the midfield. Like you said, it might be a case where there's 2 players in the midfield there, but going forward, I think he's just going to have to find out what works best for him, and that's just going to come with time.
Yeah, Maggers has just put, "Hey guys, 100." That looks like the kind of thing where you give money, but that's on. Maybe he gave us some money on Twitch. I don't know if you can do that. Let us know if you did, Maggers, because I've got 8 windows open here and I'm not using OBS. We're using StreamYard. Someone else put a good thing in here. There we go, Martin Gilmore. "I don't think we ever looked like losing, but needed to step up after letting in that piss poor goal." And Lars Goran N says, "Agree with you, Gilmore." So I think you're a new person, Lars. Hello. And Leno had a shocker tonight. Should we talk about goalkeepers?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, first of all, before the game, if you had to play one goalkeeper, would you be Leno or Martinez? And then talk a little bit about Leno playing left wing back for some of the game and getting us in trouble.
Wait, what do you mean? What was the first question?
In general, Martinez or Leno, if they were both at the club.
All right. So I'm going to put this poor performance aside, and I'm still going to go with Leno. If I had the choice, Leno's still the starting. Oh, in terms of this game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different question. I think this game Martinez would start. I think that had Martinez stayed at the club, I still don't think he would have been the starting keeper. So this would have been one of those cup competitions that we probably were trying to get him to stay by promising him. So if he did stay, I imagine he'd be starting here. Now, what would I want? I think Leno is the one I'd still want, just because I think that the more games he gets, whatever kind of issues that he's going to have is only going to be ironed out through making them to a certain extent, and then dealing with whatever he has in training. There's some glaring issues that he had, especially with his composure on the ball, passing in our own box, and that's something that we saw with Martinez was very, very good under Arteta, and when he did get a chance to play. So he needs to step that aspect up. There were some times when he was extremely controlling in the box, which I thought he did better than he usually does, although I think he's very underrated in the air and in terms of commanding the box. When you look at the statistics on it, he wasn't as good as Martinez was. But look, I think that it's a case where Martinez is doing really good right now for Aston Villa, right? So everyone's looking at that and going, "Man, we made the wrong decision." And I think the jury's possibly still out there, but because it's out there, you can't really make that determination yet. I think that Leno still is everyone is getting used to the squad, Leno included, right? He's working with a new defender in Gabriel. Luis can be a little bit caustic sometimes in what he's doing. But playing left back, I don't really know exactly what was going on right there. And someone mentioned, right there, Martin mentioned better distribution. He usually is better than he was tonight. I thought he had a very poor game, and that's not to say that he's a poor keeper. Those are two different things, right? I don't really know exactly what was happening. Maybe it was a mentality thing. I'm not going to guess. I just know that he needs to step up. He needs to do better than he did today. And we all know that he's capable of doing better than he did today. So I'm still with Leno. I'm not giving up on him, obviously. He just needs to do better.
You're not wearing that hat because it's sunny, are you?
Oh no, and the German bias aside, I think that he's just an excellent keeper, and he showed it time and time again. It's just that kind of Martinez is always going to be perfect in our minds. He never messed up. He's always going to be perfect, and then because he extended it with Aston Villa, it's always going to be that's always going to be a thing. So he doesn't play for Arsenal anymore. So we have Leno. He's a great keeper. He didn't have a great game tonight. That'll happen. We still ended up winning. So if that got it out of his system, good. But we just need to move on from it.
I think people need to remember that for the last 1.5 seasons, up to the point when Martinez came in, Leno was our best player. And when your goalkeeper is your best player, Aubameyang probably second best, that buys him enough free dodgy games for the rest of his Arsenal career. I've had a look, Maggers. I was looking at the Facebook. Of course, that's the Twitch thing. You've given us $5. That's 500 cheers. Very kind of you. You're one of the first people, apart from Nikki, to ever stuff Twitch bits down my pants. Very kind of you, mate. So I've been and have a look at that. Right. Yes, we've been going 21 minutes. Maybe we should start talking about the game a little bit. Some of the main notes I've put down was great play from Vienna in the first half. The player down our left-hand side, the player seemed to turn Kola inside out. And while he was doing that, don't look at this hand, look at the other hand, backheeled it to his mate. His mate went, "Oi, you in the box, have some of this." Crossed it into the box, and his mate went, "You've had a kick, I'm gonna have a back kick," and it nearly went in. My heart was in my mouth at that point, and I thought, "Oh geez, I hope this isn't going to be." Oh yeah, Michael Harniman, he sent us £5 on YouTube, and he says Leno knows he can make mistakes and he will get picked again because he's put Runason, but I call him Run the Gunner, has come in and isn't putting the pressure on Emery. I think Jens Lehmann would come in and put more pressure on him. He's only there because he knows one of the backroom staff and he cost £1 million. That's the only reason he's there. Good luck to the bloke, but Leno's going to play every game this season. So, was your heart in your mouth after they nearly scored with those two tricky FIFA kicks?
It was, and I mentioned it on this group chat I was on. I was going, "Oh man, it's gonna be like that, isn't it? We're just gonna be giving up these chances, and then we're gonna concede, and then." But look, they came back. So yeah, my heart was in my mouth. But I never counted us out. This one, you just look at the quality, and I knew that we were gonna have enough to overcome it. At the end of the day. Right at the end of this game, I knew I was very confident we'd be able to get something out of it. I wasn't surprised when the equalizer came. Let's put it that way, and I wasn't surprised when the second goal came. So yeah, I think that it was a little bit nervy in certain situations. And to I forget his question though about, or his comment about Leno not have any pressure put on him. I think there might be some truth to that. I think that it's unclear how much pressure Martinez was putting on Leno at the time. I think it's not like he was knocking down the door and blowing games away whenever he was selected, right? He came in, he had a good game here and there, but I'm not exactly sure that you would say that Martinez was knocking down the door on Leno, and he might have been, but we just never heard about it. I think it took Leno getting injured for Martinez to step in and then take it. Well, yeah, I don't know anything apparently.
That's ABW's Jason. Hopefully we'll see him on a podcast again soon. He's in North Kakalaki, I think nice. That's what you lot call it. Yeah, but so you lot don't know anything about soccer, do you, until you hear you or Jason talking, and then it's time for me to shut up because you two know more than I do about football. But so we've got no choice, have we? We've got to stick with Leno because he's our only goalkeeper.
Really? Yeah. Only reasonable selection right now, right? I mean, we're not going to be seeing. I don't think he's ready yet. The new keeper.
I don't think. Yeah, well, someone put in here that he'll play in the dead rubbers. But as I've got 19 windows open, I can't go and find that one. Very nice to see everybody there joining in. Nice to see Jason back in the chat. He was in there a couple of games ago. Jason, are you going to come on any shows? Be nice if you did. We got this podcast on Tuesday. We got Jeff Arsenal, Raj Patel, and FK. FK's coming back to ABW for a show. Oh, it's just like the Wenger days again. We need to bring out all these books. Right, next point. Is there any points that I've missed so far? Well, I'm only up to 18 minutes, but I think most of it is worth. We've already talked about the Lacazette booking. Do you think that wasn't a yellow, was it?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Lacazette drops deep. Pepe and Ede keep swapping sides. Cedric was our furthest forward player at one point. Some strange positions going on tonight. I think we've covered that a little bit. Partey booked this one. So it's 2-2 for Partey. He picks up the ball, goes to run off and shoves his arm back into the player's face a bit. And the player rolls around on the floor like he's just been choke slammed. Jesus. The referee bought that hook, line and sinker, didn't he?
Yeah, well, the ref, like we already said, was just awful. But that was a weird one. I mean, I could see why that's a booking, but that early on, it was fairly early into the match, and it was one of his first kind of interactions in the game, and to get a booking I thought was pretty harsh. But I don't know. That implies that I have any sense of what that ref was trying to do in terms of controlling that game, and it just kind of looked like there was no rhyme or reason to it. He was calling certain things, he wasn't calling other things, and it was just blowing his whistle every 10 seconds. So I don't really know what to make of that booking, to be honest. But I personally thought it was harsh, especially given how early it was.
Lars is off. Cheers, Lars. Nice to see you. Lars Goran, and I don't know how you pronounce the word EHN. Have you got any idea, John? Maybe just N.
N. I think it's N, right?
Oh, there you go. Lars Goran N. Thanks for joining us. Owen is in there. Owen's been a little bit cheeky. He wants to know why are you in the cupboard?
Yeah, so I am asking myself that same question there.
And John Peters, but no one knows why he's in the cupboard. Maybe you're just going to start a trend, podcasting from a cupboard. Yeah. Talking about podcasts, what's your podcast been up to lately?
Nothing.
A bit quiet.
Yeah, It's been quiet. It's been quiet.
You're a busy man though, aren't you?
Oh man, I'm in a cupboard. This is where I actually been. I've been having rough times, as you can tell. I've been living in a closet. So
got some more hellos to do. We've got Stevie Hurst. I spent most of the game watching his channel, talking about it, and he's going to come on soon, and he's going to talk about Bellerin, and he's not a fan of Bellerin, and then he's going, oh no, Bellerin's had an assist. Oh well, Bellerin's had a pre-assist. So yeah, cheers for joining in, Stevie. It's a good show from your side.
Bellerin was great today. Bellerin had one of the best tackles I've ever seen Bellerin make was today in this game. And like you could, I'm sorry, Stevie, but like you could even tell after he made the tackle, he was like, "Oh, I got the ball." Oh, and he tried to go forward.
We've got on Twitch, we've got Bergkamp. I'm sure he's in Norway. I was talking to him on Twitter the other day. He is a cow farmer. And if anybody ever remembers, I did a podcast, and at the beginning of the podcast, I said hello to everybody in Norway milking their cows. That was aimed just at him, and he's come and joined our Twitch. And who else is in there? Oh, Ray Anderson has said that. Here we go. Owen has said he's made a few of those tackles recently. He changed the game today. Could still be hope for him.
I think of course there is.
Here we go. Ross Morgan's, but John's wife is watching 90210 or something. He's been relegated to the cupboard.
He's not that far off. Oh
dear. Right, some more notes. Another 42nd minute, another chance for Vienna. Cross comes in. Luiz is fast asleep. Their bloke gets to the ball, stops, turns quickly, and shoots at a very narrow angle across the goal. They could have scored 3 times now compared to our one. We were just lucky that there was nobody else there, wasn't it, to tap that in.
Yeah. And look, it's one of those moments that Luiz does stuff like this sometimes, and he'll totally kind of blink, and you just hope that they don't happen in moments where the opponent has an opportunity to capitalize. But they're also not as frequent as people want to say. So if this is the one that he can get out of his system, we're in good shape. I guess relatively, but yeah. Denmark, dear Danny, almost the same, like England and Scotland. Oh, look at you're already starting to upset people there, Danny.
Well, I've got Chris is from Brighton, but he's Norwegian, living in Norway. You got him. You got Bergkamp in Denmark. I've got people in Sweden. I've got people in Finland. I got another one. Oh, there's so many of them that I talk to because I just love Scandinavia.
It's better than me. I have some weird name. I'm the worst with names. I can remember faces, but I have some weird aphasia when it comes. I cannot remember anyone's name for the life of me. So I'm giving you a hard time, but it's actually way more impressive than anything I could have done.
I always decided if I ever become famous, the first thing I'm going to say to people, every time you meet me, whisper me your name. And then I'll go, oh, hello, John, how are you? Whisper me your name and one special fact about you, and I'll pretend that I've known you for years.
My name is John, and I live in a cupboard.
There you go. I don't know why Jason's put that.
All right. Wonderworld.
Yeah. Yes, there you go.
A Bergkamp Wonderwall.
Oh, Wonderworld. See, I'm not reading it. I'm doing too many things at once. A Bergkamp Wonderworld. Yeah, not Wonder. I'm just too slow on that. I'm just trying to do too many things at once. Right, moving into the second half. 51st minute, another Arsenal fuck up. Luiz gives the ball to Leno, who taps it into a Vienna player, and then he gives it to his mate, and his mate has a shot with an open goal. Another brain fart from Leno. At that point, did you think that's it? We're not going to win this game?
I went, we are our own worst enemies, and this is an example of it. Sometimes we can just totally mess it up, and look, Leno did not have a great game, and that was kind of the theme of my kind of breakdown in the beginning. That look, it's going to happen. They got to work on it. That cannot keep happening. And maybe once in a game, but like multiple times, that's an issue. I'm not giving up on Leno, but like he's got to get that out of his game. They got to be focused. I don't know what the heck that was, but it's not going to be acceptable for Arteta, and it's not acceptable for us. We're not going to accept that kind of play. You can't. I can't even know what to say about it. It was so frustrating when I saw that. It was so frustrating, but slightly nostalgic as well because we've seen it before. But all right.
Dark Cloud makes a good point. No, good game from Rapid. They should have shut up shop as soon as we started attacking because they threw that game away, which is worrying for them. We played well. I mean, I think the turning point was bringing Aubameyang on and taking Eddie off. Eddie, we were talking. I was watching Stevie's Twitch, and we were talking, saying, we don't ever think that Eddie is going to be able to step up and be the Lacazette, be the Aubameyang kind of figure. He's just, I don't know. It's a bit sad that he isn't, but I don't think he's ever going to make it, is he?
I haven't given up on it yet, but I think I can see the hesitance to accept that he's going to be a player that'd be able to make it. I do get it. But he still is young. He still is, like I think we're expecting a lot of him right now, and I'm willing to give him a little time, but it is concerning when you see performances like that. Let's put it that way. And it's kind of annoying because you see what he's doing for England and whatever, breaking records and doing all sorts of great stuff. But then when he puts on the Arsenal shirt, like it's hit or miss sometimes with him. And he needs to figure out how to be more involved in the game and not only just more involved, but more consistently involved to a point where he's affecting games. And that I think is going to be the biggest challenge for him and biggest challenge for Arteta to get that out of him. And when he does, I think there's a special player in there somewhere. It just needs to be more consistent, and it needs to be on a bigger scale.
I agree with that. Jamie Fitzgerald, I think he's a DJ. He's doing it on Facebook and he's doing it on YouTube. That's really like to see everybody on every platform. Why was Partey not started against Man City? That's not really something we can answer now, is it? We did kind of cover that in the podcast. Do you have any thought on why he didn't? Just too early?
Yeah, it's too early. It's a huge game. I don't think that, if he started him and he didn't play well, I mean, we're having a whole, I'd like to think that people would be reasonable and come up with that conclusion, but I just don't think he barely trained with the team at that point. There's no way. I would have been extremely surprised if Partey started against Man City. I would have been extremely surprised. I was surprised that he started today. I thought we'd see him maybe off the bench or something. We'd see like Ceballos, Xhaka, or whatever. So
58th minute, same thing again. Leno almost let them score from nothing. Very worrying. 60th minute, Alba on for Eddie. Eddie has been very poor. I think I've been a bit harsh there. I think Eddie hasn't been too great. 69th minute, some good work down the right from Pepe and Bellerin, which was nice to see because we were complaining on the podcast that Saka and Tierney have got a kind of thing going, but we need Pepe and Bellerin to do it down the right, and it looked like they did. We got the free kick after the foul on, I think it might have been Bellerin or Pepe, one of those two. The free kick was from half a mile out. I wondered what they were even doing, whether they're just going to do a short pass and then run it into the box. But no, Pepe launches it half the length of the field, the free kick down into the box, and then everybody jumps up. It hits Luiz's head and goes in. Would you say that was a header from Luiz, or do you think the ball just hit him on the head and went in?
I think that was a header. I think he tried to, I mean, technically both of those things are true, right? The ball did hit him on the head and it went in, and I think it was a header.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that was lucky. But then they played it again. I was like, oh, he really hit the ball. So, look, that he did it. Louise giveth and Louise taketh away, or Louise taketh away and Louise giveth. But here we are, and we're equalized now, and awesome.
Yeah, that was good. It's he does, doesn't he? He gives with one hand and takes with the other.
yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning, but that's who he is, and the moments that he has that are terrible are, hopefully minimal going forward. I'm just hoping.
Right, next one I'm down to. Leno at it again. What the hell is up with him? So unlike him, the bloke nearly scores as Leno decides to play left wing back. We have covered that bit a little bit in the beginning of the show, so maybe go back and listen to that if you missed it, because it was we have no idea what he was doing at left wing back. 73rd minute, great work from El Nene, splits their midfield, much like that pass from against Man City, where they split Mahrez on the right hand side, where he split the entire of our midfield, didn't he, to get the ball to Aguero. So El Nene did the same thing, midfield to Bellerin, who then threads it through. I thought, bloody hell, Pele, it's like watching Pele play. It's like a Spanish Pele. And then he threads it to Aubameyang, who's just standing there, and he's probably had a pint on the go, had a fag on the go. He's got his elbow on the side of the board. They're waiting for the ball to come. Bellerin, any time now, son. Bellerin drifts it across, and Aubameyang goes, thank you very much. I don't mind if I do. Taps it in, 2-1. Yes, is what I've put. That was he was never going to miss that, was he?
No, that's got Aubameyang. That's got 2-1 written all over it. And look, he had another opportunity to make that again. I think a little bit later on to make it 3-1. But I think who was it on the side? Was it Nelson? Or no, Willock. It was Willock, right?
Yeah, Nelson came on to the 94th.
Yeah, I meant Willock. So Willock came on, and was it him that tried to square it and went right into the defender for a corner? And it was like almost an identical run from Aubameyang up on that left-hand side.
Possibly.
So, yeah, we've seen that before, and it's a very easy goal, and there's no way he's missing that.
And that's another feather in El Nene's box of feathers. Because I don't think you're that wear caps when you're playing football.
No. And I tweeted out after that, like a kind of that mocking SpongeBob meme about people who say that he only passes sideways and backwards. And I always told people, like, look, he's a very safe player, but he's got the ability to pass forward and be a creative player if someone actually kind of put the iron to him. And that's exactly what Arteta seems to be doing. And we're starting to see these games. Like, is it enough right now? No. All right. It's not enough. We need some more creativity, but you look at that ability, that is an amazing pass to break up the defense. Again, it's Man City, same thing. So
yeah, makes everybody happy to see him come back and do that. And that time in Turkey has done wonders, because he played nearly every game, and they had a good run at the league there as well. Yeah. My next points, the 80th minute, good work by Lacazette, holds off 3 players, passes the ball out of the box to Pepe, who has a long shot, and I think it nearly went top left-hand corner, quite close, but missed. Pepe was definitely on his game today, wasn't he? After the last couple of games where he's been a little bit quiet, that's great to see.
Yeah, I think that, with the exception of that amazing goal that he had when, he came in off that right-hand side and just beat everyone and then just slotted into the bottom left-hand corner. Up after that, it was a little, against Man City, whatever. And now here you're looking at him going, he should be running these players ragged. And credit to Rapid, because I think that, while he was giving them problems, they definitely put up a fight against him, and it wasn't a situation where he was actually just tearing them up, which is to their credit, because I think Pepe is a very, very good player. I think that, I guess that's a whole nother podcast, whether he has the ability to actually make a return on the money that we spent for him or whatever. But I'm at this point, we've already paid the money for him. Now it's a question about, can he get good games, and can he put in a performance that helps the team win? And today I thought he put in a performance that helped the team win, which is all you can really ask for, right? So there's 2 kind of standards. 1, is he a player that's helping the team win? And 2, is he a player that's 72 million pounds? Okay, like, fine, the money's already paid. Now let's just, I hope he can help us win. That's what he did today. So that's all you can really ask at that point.
Yeah, and just hopefully people remember that next time he has a bad game, that it's just taking him a little bit longer than usual to get in the flow and do what he's good for. I think he's quite a nervous player, and maybe worries too much about messing things up.
Yeah, and that's concerning to me only because he is such a confidence player. And I feel like when you have a player like that, a confidence player, if you can get the ball to him more often than not, you can kind of smooth that out a little bit. That's a good...
That would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been great. Did you see his tweet? Ozil's tweet about him sitting
staying at home.
Yeah, on the computer. Did you see that?
Yeah, well, it was something along the lines of, if I can't be there to support the team, I'll be supporting them at home watching TV or something.
No. Did you see the one that he tweeted with like him? It was like a animated Ozil sitting at a. Oh my! Go on his Twitter. Right, you have to see this.
So I can't have blocked him.
Oh, okay.
I'm sick of his shit.
Okay, so just an explanation. He tweeted. I forget what he has like one of those things. Oh, like come on, you gonna. It was like some sarcastic comment, and it's an animated version of Mesut Ozil sitting behind a computer with his like legs up reading a magazine. It was unreal. Anyway, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll share with the beautiful listeners. They blocked him.
No, that's hilarious.
His tweets.
You actually blocked Mesut.
I think I've actually got Arsenal blocked as well. I can't bother there.
What's going on? What's going on, Danny? Is everything all right? Danny? But
I'm following Jack Wilshere, and Jack Wilshere's on the verge now of being on the Ozil side.
He was saying like, oh, especially if you're the best player in the world. I don't know what he said, something like that.
But Jason started this with Colonial Cannon said, I wish Arsene would have live tweeted the match with Ozil. He would have got some views on Twitch.
I think Arsene would have made more money off charging people to watch him live tweet that than he would have made on all of his book sales.
Yeah, he would indeed. Have you read the book?
No,
I haven't. I'm not going to.
Because it's not available in the United States until November 10th.
Is it?
Apparently, shocking. I don't know if someone knows a way that you can get in the United States, but I pre-ordered it and it's not available for another couple of weeks. It was ridiculous.
Scumbags.
Scumbags.
Anyway, right, that is the show done. If you had a few final thoughts that pop into your mind about the game, positive or negative, what would they be?
Positive, we won. That's Good. It. Negative, I think they need to sort out some things, Leno specifically, and I guess a kind of a point that's neither positive nor negative is that we have a game against Leicester on Sunday. So I imagine a lot of what we did playing, it was keeping that in mind in terms of the team selection and things like that. So I imagine we're going to see a lot more of a cohesive performance on Sunday.
Against Leicester. That's going to be, I'm not sure who's on the Leicester game. I think it may well be John Welsh and Sunday. Yeah, me and John. If John gets one day off a week, and he said he might come and do a show with us. Right, that's all from us tonight. I am like Jason says, 3 points is 3 points up sure the is. Arsenal. Avon Teddington, the front three need a lot of work. And Michael Hahnemann, positive. BBC Four are showing she wore a yellow ribbon tonight. And Bergkamp in Denmark or Norway. I've forgotten already.
Denmark. He's from Denmark.
I'm never going to remember. I quite like the possibility of minimalising Twitch. I have that in the background while I keep working. Keeping count on my working hours. There we go. Ray Anderson. Partey bossed the middle in the second half. Gabriel was positive all game. So
Agreed.
Someone made a good point on the podcast. We overpaid for Pepe. We underpaid for Gabriel.
That's a fairly good point. I just don't like the narrative of the overpaying thing because whatever. Fine. Yes, technically, maybe.
And Owen, I'm on your show tonight, 9:30, I think. Is it going to be live, Owen? Are we going to be live? I think it's 9:30. You want me?
Yeah.
Michael Hahnemann says, cheers, lads. Avon Teddington, thanks, Danny Jon. That is actually my middle name. So both of those could be aimed at me.
Oh, so none of them are me. Sorry. Well, okay, Avon. I see what it is, man.
Yeah. I don't think Owen's going to even. He's probably. Oh, here we go. Owen, the Gooner Crack podcast is live at 9:30. Well, I can do what I want here, so I'm going to go on to the YouTube because I'm subscribed to his channel.
Go watch it,
man. I'm going to go and find it, and I'm going to go and. You can wait. Everyone, you can wait there for a minute. I'm doing something. GOONERCRAIC.
Yeah, Owen's podcast is great. Everyone, if you're not subscribed there, do that as well. And if you're not subscribed to this one, obviously subscribe to this one.
There you go. Thank you very much. There you go, everybody. I am going to be on that podcast. It's in the YouTube, in our chat box at the moment. It's Gooner, CRAIC podcast, and everybody likes Owen. And it's not just because he did so much for Gooners versus Cancer. He did more than I did. I did bugger all. I forgot to even give him any money. I said, "Oh, can I give you something?" No, it's finished. So that's another year I've got away with not paying them any money. So, I'm going to be on there 9:30 tonight, live on YouTube. Come and say hello. John, you've been spectacular as always. You should have your own podcast. You're that good.
I should have my own room too, but that's not happening. So Here we are.
Any idea when? Oh, look, my brother's turned up. I'm fat and furry. You can shut up, you big minge. Any idea when we're going to get some work from you?
Yeah, no.
Maybe we should just get you to come on a normal podcast with us then in a couple of weeks.
No, yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm so busy, it's ridiculous. But I will. I'd love coming on your podcast. So
good.
I'd be happy to.
Lovely. Right. Thank you very much to everybody who has joined us during the night. Thank you to Michael Harniman for the £5 that he gave us. Thank you much to why do I want to go Mangas? Oh, that's the cider, isn't it? So it's Megas probably for the 500 bitties for titties, which is what we call it on Twitch. Thank you to everybody who joined. There's been 100 and something odd people there with you. Not a lot of people come watch podcasts anymore because there's no drama, because we're not shit anymore. So people are not interested. So if you want to subscribe, you can, and all the usual places on Waffle. Waffles turns up. Yes. David, you're an absolute bloody disgrace.
Love Wallops.
And arrivederci. So yes, that's I'm waffling on now. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, John. We will see you on Sunday for the post-Leicester game. And nanny, you cheeky monkeys. Goodbye.